Hey YouTube, Mike Charlie November here. This is my 2005 Honda Element. I was going to show you guys a few modifications and things I've added to it to make it more everyday carry worthy. So at the driver's seat there's this little shelf on the right hand side. In that shelf I have a LED flashlight, just a little mini flashlight sitting in there. It's got like 6 LEDs in the head, it's powered by 3 AAA batteries. It's just a nice emergency light to have quick at hand if I ever need to check things outside of the car at night or even inside of the car. But over on the passenger side, there's this tray over here, and I've inserted a switch down here on the driver's side at the left knee, and that switch powers a red LED strip that illuminates this tray, just so you can see things without ruining your night vision or whatever it be. In here I have the a USB power support for my iPhone, and an auxiliary cable here, which runs to a holster that powers my iPhone, GPS, all that stuff. The auxiliary cable just runs up out of the steering column just to remove some cables. In the driver's side seat belt, there's this little plastic insert that the belt feeds into that pivots, and inside of that joint I've put a boot knife, just a sheathed boot knife, and it's a Smith & Wesson HRT. Let's see if we can pull it out. But the reason I have it there is just as a protective measure, a self-defense weapon. If ever I'm getting into the car and someone's following me, or if I'm already in the car and someone approaches the window, then I can use that as a self-defense mechanism. Looking over my right shoulder, for you Honda Element owners, or those of you who are familiar, you know that the seats can fold up. And so I've got one of the passenger seats suspended from the rear, safety grip bars for the passengers in the back. And installed in here, well, not installed, but I've got these 2 buckets that I bought at Lowe's. They're just an industrial storage bucket. And they're not super fancy, just, they don't have a great locking mechanism other than just like a little plastic clip here on the front where the handles are and on the back. But this first one has 2 backpacks in it. One backpack has a spare set of clothes, shorts, pants, t-shirts, other things like scarves and some head warmers, headgear. And then there's also an empty backpack in there just to have for anyone I'm hiking with, just to divide up a load or to give them, something to carry. Stuffed between the passenger seat and these bucket units, I've got 2 chairs here, and they're just camp chairs from Walmart, maybe $20, $25 chairs. They're not super fancy, but they get the job done. And in the rear bucket, that's where all my camping gear is. I keep my sleeping bag, 2 tents, one's a 2-man, one's a 3-man. I've got a camp pillow, some fire starting materials, matches, lighters, some kindling and tinder. There's a 18 by 30 foot tarp that I can suspend off of, any tree or even off the back of my car to some trees just to provide some extra coverage, some extra roof overhang. Also in there, I think there's a few other things like just some little first aid supplies, as well as the stuff sack for my sleeping bag. I keep my sleeping bag out just so it'll air and stay loose. But in the passenger door here, in the suicide door, I keep what's a Maxpedition. I think this is a mini pocket organizer. And in here I've just got like little screwdrivers, some spare flashlights, AAA and AA batteries, lighters, earplugs, just a few little things that I can keep, organized and right there at hand in the door, just for any kind of use I have. From the rear, as you look forward, you can see here's the storage buckets behind the passenger seat, the camp chairs tucked in between, and then right here in the bungee suspended on the back of the driver's side passenger chair is a first aid kit. It's real bulky. I got it from Walmart. I think it was like a $19, $20 first aid unit. It has tons of gear in it. However, it's just big. In the corner here, it's kind of funny, but just in case, I go camping a lot. I've got toilet paper and suspended on a bungee cable. And this bungee runs from this top hook up here down to a bottom little hook plate. And it's just little ball-ended bungees attached together with the toilet paper slid over it, because you never know when you need to blow your nose, or when you're just out and need something to dry off, wipe down, whatever it is. It's here and it's ready to be used. Inside this little storage compartment, I've got about a 20-foot nylon rope. I keep stored in there just for maybe tying up the tarp or whatever it be. I also have bungees in some of my yellow buckets, but this rope is here just in case, as an extra. In this other storage compartment, I have a converter, which just allows you to plug any US standard plug into a 12-volt socket. Up front here, between the passenger and driver's seat, there's this storage compartment. I haven't really utilized it very much. There's a spare set of sunglasses, for a passenger or whatever. But things I've put up there tend to roll around and make a lot of noise. So as of yet, I haven't found a good use for that other than holding this pair of sunglasses. But anyways, that's just a quick look at some of the things I have at all times in my car. And thank you, YouTube. If you have any comments or questions, or even a response video of what you've done in your vehicle to make it more EDC ready, please post that below. Thank you again.